Welcome to the Madison Miller Podcast. Today is Tuesday, May 10th, 2022. Today, I'm going to recap yesterday's NBA and Stanley Cup playoff games and looking ahead to tonight's games. Major League Baseball. I'm going to do a 2021 NFL Redraft today too. It's supposed to be MLB, but I had to push it back because of lack of time for yesterday. I'm going to do NFL owners rankings, ranking the owners in the NFL. That should be a lot of fun. Nebraska Gubernatorials today. Well, the primary. And we have some elections in West Virginia today, too. The 2nd Congressional District as well. News and notes and best bet. All right, NBA playoffs. We'll go over the results from yesterday and look ahead to a busy day coming up. Celtics beat the Bucks 116-108 to tie the series at 2 apiece. Al Horford was tremendous in this game, but Jason Tatum had 30 and 13 in the game. Giannis, probably the best guy on the court, 34 and 18, but they still couldn't get it done. Warriors over Grizzlies 101-98 to take a 3-1 series lead. I know, get ready for the jokes. But this game shouldn't even been close without Ja Morant. I said on the podcast yesterday that Memphis was toast without him, pretty much. But give Memphis credit. They played well in this game. They well enough to win. But they don't have Steph Curry, and they don't have Ja Morant right now either. If they had Ja, they would have easily won tonight. Steph had 32 points and 8 assists. Jaren Jackson Jr. had 21 for Memphis. Now I look ahead to tonight's game, 7:30 TNT, 76ers Heat. I can't wait for this game. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I think that this is such a huge swing game in this series. I think the winner of this game will win the series in all likelihood, especially if Miami wins. And my projections, Miami 4.25, total 215 and 13/20, and it's 3 and 209.5. I like the over. I really don't know who's going to win this game. At gunpoint, I want to say Philly, and my projections are wrong. But Miami's just so good at home. But Joel Embiid has been a huge difference maker for Philly. Philly's just been a better team with him. James Harden played well in Game 4, but I don't know if that will happen again in a pressure spot on the road. Although he did play very well in Toronto. But I'm going to go with the over. I'm going to bank on James Harden not being as bad as he was early in Miami, but not as good as he was in Game 4. I think Embiid will be great. Maxey can hit a couple shots. I think that Tyler Herro's going to hit a couple shots, so I really like the over in this game. But part of me thinks Philly's going to win this game. I don't know why. And 10 o'clock on TNT of the Mavericks and the Suns. My projections, Suns by 9.25 total, 217.25. And it is 6 and 213. I'm also going to go with the over in this game. I think that they're going to keep scoring the ball. I like how Dallas is playing offensively right now, and I think the Suns can match that. But I do feel very confident that the Suns will win this basketball game tonight. I'd like the 6 as well, with parlay with the over for a game, same game. But for the sake of the podcast, for the pick, I'm going to go with the over. These playoffs have been weird and wacky, so I'm going to go with 2 overs for tonight. The Stanley Cup playoffs have been very wacky, too. We'll go over the results from last night's games and look ahead to tonight's games. Panthers over the Capitals, 3-2 in overtime on a game winner by Carter Verhaeghe to tie the series at 2 apiece. Penguins absolutely destroyed the Rangers, 7-2. I personally think Igor Shesterkin got hurt in Game 2 when Jeff Carter hit him at the end of the game. Nobody's talking about that. I mean, people are just completely ignoring that and saying, the Rangers just weren't that good and the lack of experience has caught up to them. And Yeah, I mean, that's all true, but what also is true is that Jeff Carter injured Igor at the end of game 2, and it might not be a coincidence that Igor hasn't been the same. So, just wanted to throw that out there. And I'm not saying that's why the Rangers might lose the series or lost last night, but it's certainly probably why they lost game 3 tonight or last night. No excuse for that, because if Igor was healthy, maybe it's a 3-2 game or a 4-2 game rather than 7-2. But we'll see. I personally think that Igor is injured. That's my take on that series. Flames over the Stars 4-1 to tie the series at 2 apiece. And the Avalanche over the Predators 5-3 to complete the sweep. Now we look ahead to tonight's game, 7 o'clock, ESPN. You have the Bruins and the Hurricanes. Game 5, another huge swing game. This series has been wild. The Bruins were dead after Wednesday night last week. Credit to them for rallying back. They're a plus 118 underdog. Carolina's plus or minus 146. Over under 6. Overs minus 112. Unders minus 108. Boston plus 1.5 is minus 3. Carolina minus 1.5 is plus 188. The goaltending situation in Carolina has been wacky. It really is disappointing for the Canes that they're in the situation, best of 3. And they've been eliminated by Boston a lot recently. But I actually think that this is going to be the best game of the series. So I'm going to go with the tie at plus 310 for this one. 7:30 ESPN2 Lightning Maple Leafs. Another swing game 5. Toronto's a minus 130 favorite. Tampa's plus 108. Over under 6.5. Overs minus 134. Unders plus 110. Lightning plus 1.5 is minus 235. Maple Leaf minus 1.5 is plus 190. I'm going with the Lightning on the road. I picked the Lightning in 6 in the series. I think that they're going to go out there and win the game. Don't underestimate the heart of a champion, someone once said. So, don't underestimate the Lightning. 9:30 ESPN, the Blues and the Wild. Great series, another great game 5 on tap. Wild minus 140, Blues plus 116, over under 6.5, overs minus 114, unders minus 106. Blues plus 1.5, minus 220, Wild minus 1.5. And the Wild minus 1.5 is plus 180. Tough one. I think this is going to be the best game of this series. I also am going to predict overtime in this one, plus 320 for the tie. And last but not least, 10 o'clock ESPN2, the Kings and the Oilers. The Oilers minus 230, Kings plus 188, over under 6.5, overs minus 105, unders minus 115. Kings plus 1.5 is minus 137, Oilers minus 1.5 is plus 114. I am going to go with first period result Oilers plus 120. I think they're going to be fired up to be playing back at home. That crowd's going to be ruckus. There's a lot of pressure on the Oilers, but I just think that they're superior to the Kings. So I'm going to go Oilers first period result plus 120. I'm going to bank on them to get off to a good start tonight. All right, Major League Baseball. We'll go over the results from yesterday and look ahead to today's games. Orioles over the Royals 6-1, Yanks over the Rangers 1-0, Pirates over the Dodgers 5-1, Reds over the Brewers 10-5, A's over the Tigers 2-0, Guardians over the White Sox 12-9-11, Angels over the Rays 11-3, so best bet was a loser. Cubs over the Padres 6-0, D-backs over the Marlins 4-3, Phils over the Mariners 9-0, and the Giants over the Rockies 8-5. Now we look ahead to today's games. Doubleheader 1 o'clock. This game is being played in Detroit with Oakland as the home team for some reason. Tariq Skubal and Frankie Montas. Tigers minus 112, A's minus 104, over under 6.5, overs minus 128, unders plus 104. Tigers minus 1.5 is plus 160, A's plus 1.5 is minus 194. I'm going with the A's. The Tigers. They're the real home team, and I don't think that it's going to bother them that they're going to be playing a road game in their home stadium. And in doubleheader game 2, Adrian Martinez and Alex Fado. I'm going to check DraftKings to see if they have this matchup yet. They do not. So I'm going to say that the Tigers sweep the doubleheader. 6:30 Dodgers Pirates. Tony Gonsolin and Bryce Wilson. Dodgers minus 230. Pirates plus 190 over under 8.5. Overs minus 104. Unders minus 118. Dodgers minus 1.5 is plus 142. Pirates plus 1.5 is plus 118. I kind of like Pittsburgh on the run line. I think that they will keep it close. Bryce Wilson's been decent this year. Not saying they're going to win. I just think they keep it within one or win. The Pirates, by the way, low-key not been that bad this year. 12-16. Brewers Reds. Freddie Peralta and Hunter Green. Brewers minus 198. Reds plus 166. Over under 8.5. Overs minus 105. Unders minus 115. Brewers minus 1.5 is minus 115. Reds plus 1.5 is minus 104. We're going with the over. Both these guys have been bad this year. 7 o'clock, Mets Nats. Tyler McGill and Patrick Corbin. Let's see if DraftKings has it. They don't either. I don't know why they don't have odds for this one. But I would bet on maybe Mets first half run line or something like that. Blue Jays Yankees, big one in the Bronx. Yusei Kikuchi and Luis Severino. Yanks minus 166, Blue Jays plus 140, over under 7, overs minus 128, unders plus 104. Blue Jays plus 1.5 is minus 154. Yanks minus 1.5 is plus 128. Kikuchi pitched great against the Yankees last time, but that was at the Rogers Center. He's at Yankee Stadium this time. Weather's probably nicer. Yanks offense has been sluggish since the rainouts. I think that at some point they'll turn it around. But the over's too juiced. So his first half total runs. So instead, I'm going to go Yankees first half run line, minus a half, minus 110. 7:20 TBS, you have the Red Sox and the Braves. Garrett Whitlock and Kyle Wright. Both these guys have been tremendous this year. Braves minus 144, Red Sox plus 122, over under 7.5, overs minus 112, unders minus 108. Red Sox plus 1.5 is minus 172, Braves minus 1.5 is plus 142. I'm going with the under. Astros Twins at 7:30. Justin Verlander and Joe Ryan. Both these guys have been tremendous this year. Astros are minus 136, Twins plus 116, over under 6.5. Overs minus 118, unders minus 104. Astros minus 1.5 is plus 132. Twins plus 1.5 is minus 160. The Astros do deserve to be favorites here, in a way, because I know that them and the Twins have the same record at 18-11, but because of the past history, Justin Verlander should be favored in a game like this. But the Twins are FBI favorites, and huge FBI favorites, and the difference is tremendous. I know FBI bit me in the ass last night by taking the Rays. I'm doing it again. I'm taking Minnesota at plus 116 to knock off the Astros. And don't forget the Carlos Correa factor this one. 7:45, you have the Orioles and the Cardinals. Kyle Bradish, and we don't know who's going for St. Louis. The game isn't posted on the on FanDuel, and I don't think it's posted on DraftKings either, and it's not. But if I had to pick in my head, I'd say the Cardinals first half run line. 8 o'clock, Royals Rangers. Brad Keller and Martin Perez. Both these guys have been good this year. Texas minus 142. Royals plus 120. Over under 8.5. Overs minus 102. Unders minus 120. Royals plus 1.5 is minus 160. Rangers minus 1.5 is plus 132. And Texas is only 11-16. They haven't been terrible this year. KC's been very disappointing. Right team's favored here. But for this game, I'm going to go first half under 4.5 minus 108. Guardians, White Sox. Cloud Quantrill and Lucas Giolito. White Sox minus 184. Guardians plus 154 over under 7.5. Overs minus 112. Unders minus 108. Guardians plus 1.5 is minus 128. White Sox minus 1.5 is plus 106. And I go with the under. I think both teams will pitch better in this game. 9:30, Rays Angels. Corey Kluber and Reed Detmers. Rays minus 116, Angels minus 102, over under 8.5. Overs minus 104, unders minus 118. Rays minus 1.5 is plus 155. Angels plus 1.5 is minus 188. Rays money line. They should probably be a bigger favorite. Cubs Padres. Wade Miley making his season debut against Mike Clevenger. Padres minus 158, Cubs plus 134, over under 7, overs minus 122, unders even money. Cubs plus 1.5 is minus 172, Padres minus 1.5 is plus 142. This game, I'm going to go over 3.5, first half runs, minus 115. Marlins Diamondbacks, Jesus Luzardo and Madison Bumgarner. This should be a fun one. And I really think that this is a matchup we saw last week. Marlins minus 134, D-backs plus 114, over under 8, overs minus 115, unders minus 105. Marlins minus 1.5 is plus 122, D-backs plus 1.5 is minus 146. Mad Bum got ejected in his last start, but I think he'll bounce back and win. I'm going with the D-backs here at plus 114 as a home underdog. Phillies Mariners. Aaron Nola and Robbie Ray. Phillies minus 122. Mariners plus 104, over under 7. Overs even money. Unders minus 122. Phillies minus 1.5 is plus 152. Mariners plus 1.5 is minus 184. Mariners are slight favorites on FBI, but the Phillies are favored in Vegas. I'm going with the Mariners plus 104. And 9:45, the Rockies and the Giants. Antonio Senzatella and Alex Wood. Giants minus 200, Rockies plus 168, over under 7.5. Overs plus 104, unders minus 128. Rockies plus 1.5 is minus 120. Giants minus 1.5 is even money. The Rockies are only one game worse than the Giants. The Giants get way too much favoritism in the betting market because of how good they were last year. This isn't last year. This is this year. The Giants aren't as good as last year, as what we've seen so far this year. And the Giants are huge FBI favorites, which makes me nervous about actually going with the Rockies as a dog. But instead, I'm going to go over 7.5 at plus 104. Alrighty then. We're going to move on now to the WNBA and quickly go over that window of games for tonight. 7 o'clock on Facebook, you have the Aces and the Mystics. Mystics 2-0, Aces 2-0. So, still very early in the year. Let me see if there's any betting stuff for the W on here. No, we don't have the W on betting. And then also at 7 o'clock, you have the Lynx and the favorite battle of 2 0-2 teams. Aces Mystics should be good. They're both 2-0. The Aces were my pick to win the title. Becky Hammond, but they might lose tonight. The Mystics aren't that bad. So we'll see. All right, now I'm going to do my 2021 NFL Redraft. These are always fun to do, and it's fun to look back and see where guys are after their rookie year. And this obviously could change at this time next year. So, without further ado, here we go. Number 1, the Jacksonville Jaguars. They still take Trevor Lawrence. I'm not sure if his rookie season is going to indicate what I think he's going to be. So he's like the one benefit of the doubt person because of his pedigree. Number 2, the New York Jets. Mac Jones. Yes, I have the Jets taking Mac Jones. I don't know why people are down on Mac Jones. I guess because of the playoff game. But he was really good last year for New England. Number 3, the San Francisco 49ers. Justin Fields. Yes, I have them taking Justin Fields over Trey Lance. And I have them taking Justin Fields over Davis Mills and Zach Wilson. I think Justin Fields had a lot of good moments last year. The Bears are just terrible. And that's not Justin Fields' fault. Number 4, the Atlanta Falcons. Micah Parsons, the best non-quarterback in this draft. And the best player from this draft so far, falls to Atlanta, which is tremendous. 5, the Cincinnati Bengals. Jamar Chase, no do-over here as they take their guy that helped carry that offense to new heights and to the Super Bowl. Number 6, the Miami Dolphins. Creed Humphrey, he would be a massive upgrade in the interior of their offensive line after having a really good rookie year with the Chiefs. Number 7, the Detroit Lions. Rashawn Slater. Rashawn Slater was outstanding as a rookie with the Chargers. And he's going to be a Pro Bowl tackle for a long time. Number 8, the Denver Broncos. Patrick Surtain II. No do over here as the Broncos go with Surtain. Oh, wait a minute. I had this written wrong. The Panthers had the 8th pick. Not the Panthers. Or, I'm sorry, not the Broncos. The Panthers had Penny Sewell. So, they take a lineman to really improve their offensive line and give whoever's quarterbacking a better opportunity. 9, the Denver Broncos. Patrick Surtain. So, no do over here. They go with Surtain as he's just a beast in their secondary. Number 10, the Dallas Cowboys. Kyle Pitts. Kyle Pitts falls all the way to 10, which would be a miracle for the Cowboys and would really make that offense a monster. Number 11, the New York Giants. Devontae Smith. So the Giants got the guy that they were supposed to get, and Devontae Smith to help make Daniel Jones avoid being called a bust. Number 12, the Philadelphia Eagles, Jalen Waddle. So, Jalen Waddle, consolation prize, really good. Even though Waddle was drafted ahead of Smith. But Devontae Smith's just better than Jalen Waddle. I personally think so. Number 13, the Los Angeles Chargers, Christian Darrisaw. Great pick for LA as Darrisaw falls to them after losing out on Slater. 14, the Minnesota Vikings, Elijah Vera Tucker. So they take the guy that the Jets trade up to get. Number 15, the New England Patriots. Zach Wilson. Zach Wilson, I have in place here based on his potential. I know some people have Davis Mills here in the redraft, but Davis Mills was on the worst team in the league. I'm throwing out Davis Mills. Like, come on. He's bad. And Zach Wilson had some moments for the Jets this past year. But Davis Mills had moments for Houston too, but Houston's just an atrocity. Number 16, the Arizona Cardinals. Amon-Ra St. Brown. The steal of the draft. The Lions really stole him, and he really is the reason why the Lions didn't have the first overall pick. Number 17, the Las Vegas Raiders. Javon Holland. The Dolphins stole Holland in one of the later rounds of the draft and have him going here to LA, or LV, I should say. 18, the Miami Dolphins. Gregory Rousseau. So the Dolphins take the other Miami pass rusher, Rousseau, who's really good on Buffalo his rookie year. 19, the Commanders. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. I like Owusu-Koramoah. The Browns stole him where they got him, and he'd help the Commanders. And would be a replacement for Ryan Kerrigan. Long term. Number 20, the Chicago Bears. Pete Werner. So, in the redrafts, I didn't do, the draft day trade-ups. So, I did, the pre-draft trades with the Niners and stuff, but I didn't do, trade-ups and whatnot in the redraft. And, so here I have them going with Pete Werner, who I think would have been great for that defense. Number 21, the Indianapolis Colts. Trayvon Moehrig. He wasn't bad for Vegas last year. He would have helped Indy. Number 22, the Tennessee Titans. Nate Hobbs. Nate Hobbs was another steal by the Raiders, and he really would have helped the Titans as well. Number 23, the New York Jets. Javonte Williams. The Jets get a young running back here, Williams, who would really be a nice security blanket for Mac Jones in this redraft. So Mac Jones and Javonte Williams, that's a nice haul for New York. 24, the Pittsburgh Steelers. Najee Harris. So no do-over here. Pittsburgh gets their guy. They love Najee. Najee had a great rookie year. Number 25, the Jacksonville Jaguars. Pat Freiermuth. So they take the second Steeler rookie, and he would be a big help for Trevor Lawrence. 26, the Cleveland Browns. Greg Newsome. So no do-over here as they go with Newsome. Newsome's good, but I don't think he should have been that high in the redraft like I saw some others have him. Number 27, the Baltimore Ravens, Elijah Moore. I like Elijah Moore. He was really good with the Jets last year, and he would have certainly helped Lamar Jackson to make it easier for them to trade Hollywood Brown. Number 28, the New Orleans Saints, Nick Bolton. Great player for the Chiefs last year, who they stole. With Warner off the board, they go with Bolton, who would have been great there. Number 29, the Green Bay Packers, Kadarius Toney. Kadarius Toney showed some flashes with the Giants in his rookie year, but now they want to trade him because they think he has attitude problems. But he certainly would have helped Aaron Rodgers in that offense in Green Bay. Number 30, the Buffalo Bills, J.C. Horn. So J.C. Horn falls all the way to 30. If it wasn't for the injuries, he would have been higher. But he would have certainly helped Buffalo. 31, the Baltimore Ravens, Kwity Paye. Great pick for Baltimore. Certainly would have helped that pass rush. And 32, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Odafe Oweh, who certainly would have helped the pass rush down in Tampa as well. Now I'm going to do my NFL owner rankings. This was a fun list to put together. And by the way, there are so many bad owners in the NFL. Like, so many. So this was a fun list to do. And trying to find it. Because like I said, this was such... Oh, I found it. All right, here we go. I mean, number 32 is obvious. It's Dan Snyder of the Commanders. He's just a bad owner, period. Number 31, Woody and Chris Johnson, New York Jets. 30, Stephen Ross, Miami Dolphins. 29, Shahid Khan, Jacksonville Jaguars. 28, David Tepper, Carolina Panthers. 27, Sheila Ford Hamp, Detroit Lions. 26, Janice McNair, Houston Texans. 25, Jimmy and Dee Haslam, Cleveland Browns. 24, Amy Adams Strunk, Titans. 23, Gail Benson, Saints. 22, Arthur Blank, Falcons. 21, Zaire Wolf, Vikings. 20, Virginia Hollis Bakarsky, Bears. 19, Jody Allen, Seattle Seahawks. 18, John Mara and Steve Tisch, New York Giants. 17, Mark and Carol Davis, Las Vegas Raiders. 16, Michael Bidwell, Arizona Cardinals. 15, the Glazer family, the Buccaneers. 14, Joe Ellis, Denver Broncos, but Joe Ellis is the CEO and kind of running things right now as they are selling the team. 13, Mike Brown, Cincinnati Bengals. 12, Green Bay Packers, Inc. Green Bay Packers. 11, Dean Spanos, Los Angeles Chargers. 10, Jeffrey Lurie, the Philadelphia Eagles. 9, John and Denise York, San Francisco 49ers. 8, Jim Irsay, Indianapolis Colts. 7, Terry Pagula, Buffalo Bills. 6, Jerry Jones, Dallas Cowboys. 5, Clark Hunt, Kansas City Chiefs. 4, Steve Bisciotti, Baltimore Ravens. 3, Art Rooney II, Pittsburgh Steelers. 2, Stan Kroenke, Los Angeles Rams. And number 1, Robert Kraft, New England Patriots. Off-field and business issues aside, this man and this team has 6 Super Bowls. And that's why he's number 1. Kroenke's amazing. He owns the Nuggets and the Avalanche too, which people overlook. The Roonies, I think, get too much criticism, even from people in their own fan base, but they still run a great organization. Biscotti, I think, is really good. Clark Hunt's gotten good. Jerry Jones is not a good general manager, but he's a good owner. There's a difference between the two. And you could say the same for Mike Brown down at 13. But Jerry Jones is a better owner than Mike Brown. I mean, some people may think Jim Irsay's too high. Some people might think that John Mara is too high with the Giants because of the last decade rather than the last 15 years and just taking out the Super Bowls. But the Super Bowls matter, and that's why they're not in the bottom. And I put them right with the Davises because, I mean, both organizations are dysfunctional, and that's why neither of them are top 15. But the Giants would have been lower if they didn't win 2 Super Bowls in the last 15 years. And then like the bottom of the list, there's a lot of like holdover owners per se, or owners in situations where the team was passed to them because the owners passed, like the Saints and the Titans. Even Seattle too, but I have Seattle a little higher because I like Jody Allen. I think she's good. And obviously Dan Snyder's at the bottom. Stephen Ross is at the bottom. Stephen Ross should probably be 31. But the reason why I have him ahead of the Jets guys is because I feel like he's more willing to win and tries to win more than the Jets do, really. All right, now I'm going to move on to the primaries going on today. We have Nebraska Gubernatorial primaries today. Incumbent Governor Pete Ricketts is term limited and cannot take a third term. So Nebraska will have a new governor in a year from now. And today we'll determine who will be running officially for governor. So the Republican primary candidates, you have Donna Carpenter, a contractor, Michael Connolly, an educational advisor, quality assurance director, small-scale agribusiness, and USMC veteran. Charles Herbster, he's an executive, and he was a candidate for governor in 2014. Brett Lidstrom, he is a candidate for Nebraska's 2nd Congressional District in 2012. Layla McNinch, we don't really know much about her. Jim Poland, he was a member of the University of Nebraska Board of Regents. Breland Rindor, a technology manager. and Teresa Thibodeau, former state senator and former chair of the Douglas County Republican Party. And on the Democrat side, declared you have Carol Blood, who's a state senator, and Roy Harris. Carol Blood's definitely winning Democratic. She was a state senator, so and her running mate was a former state senator, so she'll definitely win the Democratic primary. I think the Republican one's a little tricky here. I think it comes down to three. I think it comes down to Herbster, Lindstrom, and Thibodeau. I think that the fact that he ran in the past will certainly help him. So I'm going to go with Charles Herbster to win this Republican primary. So it'll be Charles Herbster against Carol Blood for Nebraska Gubernatorial. And also in Nebraska, they have first and second congressional districts elections. And so it's going to be interesting. And they also have a Secretary of State and Attorney General as well. And then in West Virginia, you have 2nd Congressional District. So, a couple big ones tonight and keep an eye out for. No Senate one. So, we'll keep an eye on these for sure. So, we'll recap all these on tomorrow's show. News and notes time. We have a lot to discuss in such little time. Andrew Marchand broke news. Tom Brady to join Fox Sports as their lead NFL analyst whenever his playing career ends. That's a nice replacement for Troy Aikman. But the question is, will his partner be Joe Davis or will it be Kevin Burkhardt? Kevin Burkhardt's the lead guy right now, but they love them some Joe Davis. They really do. The Broncos are selling for $5 billion as the team's for sale and is expected to go for a price extremely high. So $5 billion looks like the price. Steph Curry trolls the Kings as Mike Brown obviously named coach of the Kings, and I coached the Warriors last night because Steve Kerr tested positive for COVID. So hopefully Kerr gets well soon. But Curry goes, I felt like we got traded to the Kings overnight. That's what he said. So that is really something. And Mike Brown did a good job last night at the end of that game. Your NBA Coach of the Year winner was unveiled, and your winner is Monty Williams. Well done. Best team in the league this year, despite a ton of injuries and COVID problems, and some organizational dysfunction. So, job well done. And then Devin Booker revealed the news on Twitter, which was really cool. Apparently fans tried to hug CP3's family as the Mavs issue a statement banning two unruly fans who harassed Chris Paul's family during Game 4. Some hockey news. The Senators fire Pierre Maguire after 10 months. He was their senior vice president of player development. Some of Ottawa's players really did make that next step, but the team really didn't make the big step that they were hoping for. And I think there was some disagreement between him and Pierre Dorion, which caused Pierre to get fired. But I really think that Pierre's going to end up back in TV. I think he'll be working for Turner because his former coworkers, Kenny Albert and Eddie Olczyk, are there. And I would not be shocked to see him in the Bryce Salvador spot at Madison Square Garden tomorrow night as the Penguins try to eliminate the Rangers. The Penguins fans were rowdy last night. And after Shesterkin got pulled yet again, Pittsburgh, the fans chanted, "We want Igor," which is very sad. That is just embarrassing if you're the Rangers. And the Pittsburgh fans are just feeling it right now. So the Falcons felt that Malik Willis lacked the signature moments in college, leading them to take Desmond Ridder instead. Chris Woodward regrets calling Yankee Stadium a Little League ballpark after Torres' walk-off. He goes, "I meant no disrespect." Rudy Gobert calls out Shaq after Shaq says Rudy couldn't guard him. Richard Sherman's in deep talks about a broadcasting role with Amazon while keeping the door open for an NFL return. Dallas Mayor Eric Johnson tweets that the city could host another team in addition to the Cowboys, which would be really wild. I really think that it won't work in Dallas. That won't work. It can work in New York, and it working in Los Angeles. It can't work in Dallas. Too many Cowboy fans there. The Giants released James Bradberry as they create $10.1 in cap savings after failing to find a trade partner for Bradberry. That move was inevitable. Bradberry, he was just immovable. That contract is so bad. Giants kicker Graham Gano gives Kayvon Thibodeau number 5. So that is a really classy move by Gano. Cale Makar says Predators fans threw Skittles at him in the final minute of the game. Yikes, that's not very nice. The Panthers, the Florida Panthers, have had Kodak Black following them. And he traveled to D.C., and guess what? They won. Kodak Black's been their Drake. Luis Castillo and Tyler Mahle are on the trade market as the 5-23 Reds are willing to talk to teams about the two players. Sad news, Adrian Payne passes away at the age of 31. Former Michigan State basketball player, first-round pick of the Hawks. Thoughts and prayers go out to Payne's family. That's very sad news. And obviously thoughts and prayers to his former teammates as well. NCAA issues NIL guidelines as the Division I Board of Directors release guidelines clarifying existing bylaws prohibiting boosters from recruiting. So that's big news to come down this morning. Last but not least, my best bet of the day brought to you by FanDuel. Last night was a loser. I took the Rays against the Angels. Went with the FBI. But obviously did not work out. So I'm going to go back to baseball today. Oh, Jays Yankees went to 7.5. But I don't know if I'll touch it. But I'm going to go with the baseball straight up again. I'm going to go with Arizona plus 114 against Miami. I think Bumgarner's going to be mad and angry because he got ejected in the last game in Miami. He'll bounce back. The D-backs will bounce back. They'll win. I'm going with the D-backs plus 114 against the Marlins for best bet. All right, so that's it for today's show. I'll be back tomorrow recapping everything, looking ahead to everything tomorrow. MLB Redraft tomorrow. Masked Singer. We will preview the AT&T Byron Nelson for golf, which is the tournament before the PGA Championship, which is a big deal. And obviously news and notes and best bet as well. Hope you guys have a great day, everyone.